Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Premier. Struggling Ontario taxpayers have waited 7 long years for answers on how $1.1 billion of their hard-earned money could be wasted to save a few seats in an election. Today, the Ontario justice system has run its course, but no sentence is going to return the $1 billion that was thrown away. The gas plant scandal court case has come to a close, and the Liberal Chief of Staff has been sentenced to 4 months in jail. Speaker, to the Premier, will she condemn here and now the actions of the Liberal government?
Hear, hear. Thank you.
Attorney General.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'm sure, Speaker, as the member is well aware, this matter is before the courts by way of an appeal, so it will be highly inappropriate for the government or anybody to speak to this matter. But I want to make it very clear, Speaker, that that this Premier and this government are absolutely committed to accountability and transparency when it comes to all government records. In fact, Speaker, the Premier coming into office immediately moved on making sure that we make the important and necessary changes to our laws to protect and enforce accountability and transparency. As a result, Speaker, we have brought in place mandatory record-keeping rules and staff training. We also brought in the Accountability Act that prohibits the willful deletion of records and creates a penalty. There are new rules limiting political staff involvement in commercial third-party transactions, and have brought other such rules to ensure that we have strong transparency and accountability.
Supplementary.
Back to the Premier. Over the last 15 years, there's been a pattern of concerning behaviour in the Liberal government. This government did everything in their power to thwart our investigation, Speaker, including shutting down this Premier shutting down our investigation after the 2014 election. There was a systemic pattern of deception operated from the highest levels of Liberal government. The judge said the Liberal chief interfered with the democratic process. He called it egregious, and that the Liberal chief's conduct was an affront to democratic values. Speaker, why have the Liberals consistently put their political self-interest and insider friends ahead of the hard-working people of Ontario?
Given this situation, I am not going to ask for a withdrawal, but I will remind the member that he did use language that was very close to being unparliamentary, and I would advise him not to go there. Attorney General.
Speaker, let me be very clear. We take our obligations very seriously. The Premier and the government is absolutely committed to being open, accountable, and transparent. Speaker, the Premier and the government promised to open up the government completely, and we have done so to an unprecedented degree. In her report, the Information and Privacy Commissioner then credited our government for improving record-keeping across the government. We sent a directive to all political staff. We have developed mandatory training programs and have delivered to ensure that all staff have been trained. We have appointed chiefs of staff accountable for record keeping. We have improved archiving requirements. In addition, Speaker, we brought in an Accountability Act that would prohibit the willful deletion of records and will create a penalty. And Speaker, in addition, we have continued to work with the Integrity Commissioner and the Information and Privacy Commissioner to make sure that these robust rules are fully implemented on an ongoing basis. This is our commitment and obligation to the people of Ontario, and we take that commitment and obligation very seriously. Thank you.